When I find the grave of a veteran that is unmarked and find their story, so many of them were far from home, but they were in Canada alone, and no one cared about them when they died. And I feel that's a tragedy, because these men did give everything, and they deserve to be remembered and honored. When I research graves, I look for military records, obituaries, death records, and if I can find a grave for a veteran that is unmarked, I then submit the application to the Last Post Fund. The reason that I started working on this program is my parents are both buried in the Field of Honor in Mountain View Cemetery. And I noticed that there were some gaps. So I asked the cemetery office about the gaps, and they explained that these people were veterans, but they didn't have markers. My father was a veteran in World War II, and he did not talk about his wartime experiences because they were very, very traumatic. And it wasn't until just shortly before his death that he actually started talking about it. And those stories were so traumatic and so horrible. One of his many experiences was he was a guinea pig at the research station here in Alberta. And the things that were done to him there were horrible. And he suffered PTSD. It was undiagnosed, and that affected his life and our lives. It wasn't until shortly before his death that he actually started talking about those experiences. And I suddenly understood how terrible his life had been. And so in doing this, I am honoring his memory and his sacrifices. I believe that the veterans gave everything, or were willing to give everything. So many of them came back with PTSD, which was not recognized in the early years. And these men deserve to be recognized and honored for the time immemorial. It is really important to me that that is done.